Imagine it's the 90s, you're 15 years old girl and you're finally going to take on your first job. A man who has a good position in the Premier League offers you a good career opportunity and invites you to his place in order to discuss it. Your parents drive you there and wait for you in the car outside the house because, you know, you're 15 and it doesn't sound fishy at all. You go in, start talking with the man, and then the conversation takes a turn. But it didn't bother me because I found it first, so I was like, find us, keep us. Hey, listen, any chance you wanna have sex for money? An unknown figure working in the Premier League admits to paying cash to an underage girl in the exchange of sexual relations. Ah yes, we haven't had a story like this one in quite some time. But who exactly is this person and when does this even take place? And is it at all true? According to The Athletic, which we can surely agree is one of the most reliable sources of information, the man admits in his 17-page long defense that he paid the girl for sex when she was 16 or 17 but denies having any inappropriate relations with an underage girl. What the heck does this even mean? I cannot explain to you. The employee, who must remain anonymous for now, is accused by the girl, who is already a grown woman, of several things, including rape. She is, I quote, suing for aggravated damages for sexual assault and intentional infliction of injury after alleging that he showed her around his house, then instructed her to sit on his knee, told her she was a good girl and asked if she was still a virgin. You know, just basic things every elder man does on a daily basis. Then she says he did the traumatizing thing with her, which led to future PTSD and depression, which she suffers from currently, and he sent her to the bathroom to clean herself and gave her 3 50-pound bills. But here the story gets quite suspicious because, as every normal person, the first question that comes to mind is, why did she not report it earlier and waited about more than 25 years? Well, she says that she has been scared for her and her family. She thought that he might harm her because of the allegations, and I would agree that it's not unknown for victims of any sort to experience fear and remain silent because of it. After that though, she actually admits to continuously having intercourse with the same man over the next years. And the reasoning for that on her side is that she apparently was young, naive, and she was doing all that in exchange of the promised position and development of her career. But that's not days, not weeks, but years of the same thing happening all over again and her earning money by practicing some methods. He goes on to deny all those allegations, saying that they're, I quote, dishonest and malicious, and he refers to their relationship as a good friendship lasting more than 20 years after the supposed rape, as he was also providing her with emotional support in times of crisis and stuff like this. He also states that she contacted him several times and offered her sexual services on the same ground as before, meaning that she wanted him to pay her. The legal defense signed by the anonymous employee states that the majority of these offers were rejected, although he had accepted about 15 times over the years, for which he paid with money as was expected by the woman back then. And here is the most ridiculous thing that made me question this whole story. The man claims to have been involved at one time in, I suppose, somewhat of a threesome with both the claimant, which is the woman accusing him of rape, and her sister, which were both trying to earn some cash. The man is still working and there is an ongoing process, but as we said, his persona will stay anonymous. I really don't know what I should even say about this. On behalf of the man, you must be sick to offer money to an underage girl for sexual services. There are people working this type of job, although I strongly criticize this, but it's still better than paying a young girl. Now, on behalf of the woman, things are just quite smelly on her part. First, why are your parents waiting outside in the car while their 15-year-old daughter is having some heated talks about a future career? And also the fear factor. Although a possible scenario is kind of illogical in this situation, if even part of the man's defense is true. Looks a lot like one of these cases when a woman is taking advantage of a past affair she's ashamed of having, so might as well at least get a couple grand in the bank for it and make it seem like she was forced to do stuff without her consent. Could very well not be the case, and if that's so, I'm terribly sorry for being a cunt, but also could very well be what I just said, and both of them are guilty of this happening. We'll understand soon enough when the case unfolds.